Hey there, algebra. Let me get my screen all set. It's pretty cool. When I record kind of late at night, my computer screen goes dark. I don't know why. I think I may have selected a setting wrong or something when I first set up my computer. Pretty funny though. So you know what time it is when I'm recording. I guess you probably see this up here too, don't you? Yes, it's 9:41 at night. My bedtime is in 29 minutes, 19 minutes. We'll see if I make it. We are in lesson 3 of your unit 1, and we want to talk about a gallery of data. Let me turn my little writing pad on. There we go. It wasn't connected. I'm losing valuable minutes. What am I thinking? Oops. Huh. Well, that's not good. We don't want white ink. What am I going to do with that? There we go. All right, that's weird. My color of the pens change when my screen goes dark. Wow. Are we still? Huh, interesting. Okay, still losing valuable minutes. So let's talk notice and wonder. So the dot plots represent the distribution of the amounts of tips in dollars left at 2 different restaurants on the same night. Sorry, I'm not on the right page yet. Still wasting valuable minutes. What do you notice? What do you wonder? Okay. What do you notice? What do you wonder? I see the shape of the dot plots being exactly the same. We talked about that in the last lesson, the distribution. So we go up, my pen delays. Look, pen is lifted up and it's still going. Might have to figure out how to fix that someday. Okay, so distribution, same shape distribution. Not going to work. Same shape distribution, but what is different? Okay, same shape, but what is different? You guys would be yelling if we were in the classroom right now. Okay, look at that. So this second one is probably some fancy schmancy restaurant, all right? And this first one is probably the place I worked at when I was in college. Yes, I waitressed when I was in college. It makes pretty good money, but probably like this. I worked at a place called Lone Star Steakhouse. It was delicious, but I did not work here where, no, if your most frequent tip is $11, that's a normal-ish restaurant. Where here your tip is $4. Maybe that's a little lower than Lone Star Steakhouse. I don't know. But the shape is exactly the same. But the tip dollar amounts are quite different, right? You notice that? We can say that the second dot plot is the same data. So let's write that down because it's probably a good one to remember. Same data shifted up by $7. Okay, same exact data, but it's shifted up by $7. We could wonder things like, what's a box plot of this data look like? But we know how to do that because we did that in lesson 2. We used our fancy dancy calculators to get the 5-number summary, and that's what you need for a box plot. And I don't know, if I look at this one, like, what does a dinner cost? My pen's up. What would the dinner cost that gets a $17 tip? Well, that's probably the days my mom and dad came to eat at the restaurant that I served at, and they gave me like 3 times the tip that they needed to just because they're good people. But whatever. All right, let's move on. All right, so I'm going to do a statistical question, all right? And we're going to create a dot plot, histogram, and box plot to display the distribution of data, all right? So we're going to do this. I'm going to push pause and get your data for you. We're not going to do, well, we'll talk a little bit about the data, but we're all going to do the same one, okay? So let me push pause so I can write this out. All right, so I pretended to poll the class about how long it took you to get to school this morning, like minutes of drive time, 5 minutes to 55 minutes. It's kind of like if you live in North Bella Vista, or, oh, I have a student this year that lives super far away. I can't even remember the town. It's not Farmington, it's even further. I'll have to ask them. I don't think they're in my algebra class. So this is how long it takes to get to school every day. All right, we are going to create a dot plot, a histogram, and a box plot to display the distribution of the data. All right, and you need to know how to do this. So first of all, the dot plot, which can be considered simple. Still going. Okay, I wish I knew why. I mean, my connection is pretty good. I don't know why. I can't even erase. That's amazing. Okay, so back to the pen. We're going to make some marks. See what I'm doing? I hope I left enough room. Cool. Now we're just putting dots. Like each dot represents a student. So I need 4 dots above the 5 and 2 dots above the 10. You see how they're evenly spaced, and I have 12 minutes, which will be about right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 minutes. And see, my dots are evenly spaced horizontally also. Okay, 25 minutes. There, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 30 minutes, just one, a 35er, a 40, a 45, and a 55. Okay, that is our dot plot. Histogram. So, oh goodness, I hate it when this happens. Let me push pause and see if it catches up. I had to draw it again. I don't know what happened with the last dot plot, but you can see, I mean, my last dot plot was nicer. But histogram. So a histogram, we actually need intervals. So if I draw the same basic horizontal line with the same intervals, you remember the upper interval goes with the next one. The lower interval goes with the lower one. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, well, histogram has a vertical axis too. So 1, 2, 3. I think the most we had was 4. So from 5 to 10, we had 4. So I draw a histogram, has the bars. 10 to 15, I have 2. Remember, the upper limit goes with the Next one, so 15 to 20, I have 4. Make sure you get my intervals drawn back there. 10, 15, 20, 20 to 25. I don't have any. 25 to 30, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That one went a little tall, sorry. 30 to 35, just 1. 35 to 40, just 1. 40 to 45. Okay, 45 to 50, none. And then 50 to 55, 1. Okay, little off, but that's our histogram. Now, the box plot, I need to get my calculator out. I mean, I can do it by finding the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there. So it looks like my 5-number summary, my median is going to be 15. Then I would take the lower 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My Q1 is 10, and my min is 5. Q3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe my Q3 is the average of those two. So I'm going to write this down, and then we're going to do the calculator version. 27.5, and the max is 55. So when I do my box and whisker plot, that's what I'm doing. That's going to be too high. Pen. Still drawing. Okay, at least it's not frozen to the screen. So let's remember, how do we do this? All right, I'm going to hit the Stat button. Stat, and then Edit. Hit Enter. And list 1, I'm going to arrow up. Hit the Clear button, which is right there, and arrow down, and it clears the list. Type those numbers in. 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 12, 15, 15, 15, 15, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 55. That's 20 numbers, which is right because it tells us like number 20 is 55. All right, so go back and hit Stat and then arrow over to Calc. I don't remember where my buttons are. And the one variable stats in list 1. So enter, 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 and it'll calculate them for you. All right, you're then going to arrow down until you see the minimum, the Q1, etc. So my minimum is 5, true. Q1 is 10, true. Median is 15, cool. Q3 is 27.5, and the maximum is 55. That's all we need to make our box and whisker plot. So if this is 5, that's where my whisker starts. This was 15. I can use the same, and that's where my median is. Q1 was 10, which is right in between. So that's where my box goes. Q3 is 27.5, so 15, 20, 25, 30. 27.5 is right there, so that's where the other box goes. Ooh, that makes it look very skewed. And then my maximum, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Box and whisker plot. There we go. All right, what else do we know? So we got that. Now write 3 comments that interpret the data. I want to make sure we understand these. I actually need more space. This might be where I need to write with a white marker. All right, so we got those 3 data displays. Now some comments, like what would we talk about? Gosh, we can see that if I look at the dot plot or the histogram, it tells me that most people have like between a 5 to 10 or a 15 to 20 or a 25 to 30-minute drive. Most students drive 5 to 10 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes or 25 to 30 minutes. And we don't even have to say the word most. That is sort of misleading. So most students, say a large number of students, right? We could say nobody drives 45 to 50 minutes. Very few people. Drive more than 30 minutes. These are all just observations, right? No people drove 45 to 50 minutes. No people drove less than 5 minutes. Okay. A lot of the data is clustered in that part right there. Okay. Well, I guess just here and here. I could say most of the data is clustered right here, right? So, oh goodness, I'm frozen again. So those are really just our observations. Okay. And you could make any observation. I could wonder, like, what's this big whisker mean? Means we're a bit skewed, but we'll get to that. Let's see. All right, I need to move on, and I'm frozen here. So I've attached the lesson summary because I think it's really great, and I'm putting it on Blackboard also. So, and I do like how we have a dot plot and a histogram and then a box and whisker plot. And we've really done a good job here of interpreting it and talking about it. All right. So I'm going to push pause there, and we are done. Pretty short lesson today.